right. Hello. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner, our little corner of the internet where we get together and talk about the things that we use and enjoy that help us escape from some of the mundane parts of life. Cracking open some of the studio things that I got open here. Let's get this open. Nope, that's the wrong. There we go. Tonight we've got some anime updates for the season. Getting into second episode, so very exciting. Moving on to sort of that next phase. That all right, we've seen something, we've put it on the list. You know, we're feeling one way or the other. Now you've got us for a second show. Really show me what you want to do with this. Show me where we're going with it. Get me excited to finish this show. Get over here. Goodness, I need like a button that just does all of the things that need to happen when one of these starts up. Would you not be so difficult? There we go. All right, there we go. Excellent. That is all good. Alrighty, today, what are we running today? Today we are running Nihon Sakuri Reishu. It is, we've actually got the flavor chart on this one. We are in the dry and full-bodied range, or the dry and rich is another way that it usually gets put. Talking a +5 on the SMV. That's pretty heavy there. Pretty heavy on that SMV. 75% rice remaining, so not super polished, but should be good. I usually I tend to like stuff that has more of like the flavor of wherever it came from. So with a bourbon, I like to taste the wood from the box or from the barrel. With a sake, I like to taste the rice. I like to taste the rice patty, the mud, the water, the grain. You know, I like to know when I drink it, kind of where it came from. That's sort of my flavor profile preference. So last night's was a little too sweet for me. Not my thing. Too much sweetness there. Oh, that's okay. Really plain, really unoffensive. Really, if you didn't know any better, it's just like a water. But that's good. That'll get us through. That'll get us through the show without having something too disgusting coming through on any of that. So we got our sake open. Let's take a look at our Annie list and talk about what we have updated on. And for today, we have a tale of two games. The first game, Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story. We are on episode 2. And so, like I said, episode 2 is usually that episode where we're going to start getting into a little more of like, is the bigger world or the scenario going to be something that we're interested in, that we actually want to stick around for and enjoy. And I gotta say, Birdie Wing, you're hitting all the buttons, you're hitting all the switches, you're turning on everything that I want to know when it comes to an anime about a sport that's being done in a way that has nothing to do with the actual sport. It's the skate the infinity thing, right? Instead of just like kids skateboarding or learning how to skateboard, it's an evil cabal of night racers that are skating for their life, man, and all this stuff. And so we're starting out second episode of Birdie Wing, getting into the two main characters and their major difference and what they are going to be mostly competing over, and how they sort of are going to drive each other. They're going to build that rivalry, that Goku Vegeta, that Naruto Sasuke. They're getting that rivalry going where one has this method, the other has that method. And then at the same time, we're introduced to the gutter of society of illegal putt gambling. I can't believe it's like a real thing. There's just a bunch of people gathered around a little like putt green, and they're like $100 to, and if you win you get 1,000. That's where they're going with this, is not just like underground gambling and like, oh, because the first episode had like the prime minister bringing somebody to like fix the golf tournament so that she could win, and it was like, oh yeah, we're gambling. This is how we make our money, is by gambling with how good I am at golf. Okay, cool. There's hustlers that do everything. You know, typical everyday life, you're going to be finding that at like the pool hall. But they want to do it about golf. All right, cool. Hustlers who do golf. But they're just all gathered around like a bunch of hobos in an alley, like, I got $100. Let me try to win the putt. And then we've got the Yakuza crime syndicate with the two arowana fish in the tank behind her, that is the like CEO of the kingpin, right? The not a drug dealer in this case, just a golf dealer. Oh, I love it. They took that idea of, we're gonna have this game that's focused on the excitement of golf and competition, and we're gonna talk about how people have different ways that they go about golf, and some people, they just have those natural talents that let them sort of tell the ball where to go, and other people just kind of force the ball to do what it needs to do as they're playing. You know, we can build something off these characters, and we have this friggin' badass underworld scenario that is going to govern sort of the politics of the entire show. So I am very excited for where this goes, and I hope they lean wholeheartedly into how freaking stupidly hilarious this whole thing is going to be. I'm here for it. I want it. I want to see it some more. I cannot wait for Birdie Wing. Which means I'm gonna have to watch it sub. Sorry, any voice actor friends I have. I may watch it again depending on the dubcast, if you guys want to give it that real American underground drug dealer bend to everything. Could be really fantastic for another watch, but for right now, I need to see this show every single day that it releases. I am about it. I'm here for it, and we are going to watch it again. Oh my goodness, that one was fantastic. The other game that we have now seen a second episode of, Tomodachi Game. Ooh, Tomodachi Game. As excited and cool as I'm feeling, and like hopeful as I'm feeling for Birdie Game, I'm feeling the opposite for Tomodachi Game. I gotta be honest, this second episode really not giving me the vibe I'm looking for in a show like this. You know, I want to go into these games, these sort of death game shows, the Squid Games, the Darwin Games, the battle royales, where we're pitting people against each other in sort of this debt-based economy of let's see who betrays who in order to actually come out on top. And I get that it's okay to have that like shadowy cabal that we sometimes get glimpses of, but right now the shadowy cabal of the lolly and her handler are just let me tell the audience what they should be thinking. Oh, so-and-so said this in order to do this. Well, they don't know who the traitor is, and it's like, I don't need a running commentary about the fact that there is a traitor, that someone is going to be the traitor, that it's interesting that this person says this. I know it's interesting because I just watched them say that, and saying that does a thing in the context of the game, and I find that interesting. I don't need you to cut away to lolly handler saying, Oh, interesting. We got a guy who's gonna say something. He might be able to get them to win the game. Oh, who? Yeah, okay. I'm watching this. That, like, literally, he might be able to get them to win the game is the name of the game. That is the show that we're watching. I don't need you to tell me, oh, he could make it so that they win the game. Yeah, I know. That's why he's the main character. That's why we're following him. That's why we've been given the context that he's poor and he doesn't have a debt that we're aware of. That's the ultimate twist, is like we get through the show and it's like, oh, all along he was the one with the debt because he was so poor that he had to take out all these loans. And so he's the one who had to actually take it and deal with it. And not all these people who we suspect are doing it. That's the real anime twist that they're going to go with, I'm sure. But like right now off the bat, the idea is that he's the guy that is, we don't know who has the debt. We assume it's not him, and he's trying to figure out who does. And his other friends are sort of like eating each other while they like try to figure out who's doing what, even though they seem sort of mostly uncaring about the debt overall and more interested in their personal arguments among themselves. So not a huge fan of where the game's going. It's a little odd to also switch out the mascot character to take it from the kid in the hat to now the long-haired sensei. That's a bit of an odd one. I get switching up the game, but switching up the game and trying to figure out the rules of the new game is usually like one thing for the audience to try to figure out and kind of come to grips with. But also switching out the character who's explaining the rules and running the game, another little tweak. And then we're in this like virtual world of like there are comments flying across the top of the screen like it's a Nico video. So is any of this real? Are we all just watching the poor kid have some kind of fantasy about how he has to figure out what's going on, and it stars all his friends because he had some nightmare about his friends being secretly mean and judgy of him because he's not well off and doesn't have parents and all that other stuff in his sob story. So there's my two predictions for this. Either we're talking he's the main character is actually the one that has the debt and is playing dumb. I'm gonna figure out who did it. Because he thinks maybe somebody else has, more of a debt, or he's just trying to like really cover his tracks, or maybe his parents have the debt, and so he does have the debt, but he doesn't know he has the debt. But poor kid has debt. That's sort of number one. I think it may go. Number two is going to be it's all a dream. It is just the straight up Mario 2. Yurichi, what is his name? Yurichi. Woke up and realized that his friends were his friends all along, and all of this is just his brain, and that's why it's so freaking weird. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not. It's interesting enough that I will finish it, but it's not something that I'm really excited to see on any given day at this point. Now that I've seen the second episode, that is 100% where I'm going with that. Quick update as well. Update on a couple other first episodes that we saw, or I saw this last week. We also have seen In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki. This show is going to be fun. This show is going to be silly. This show is going to be cute. This is the coming of age girl show that is going to be there for a lot of people. This is Vandred. Vandred being a classic anime where literally men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and then they encounter each other in space and they're at war, and then the Vandred ship ends up with both men and women on it, and they're fighting the whole time, but they have to learn to work together because they're sort of lost in space, sort of a thing. Very fun show while they learn that they're basically the same race, but they're just different genders of that. Really fun show the way it worked out. Heart of Kunoichi already starting off with that men are evil, watch out, they're brutes, they're gonna hurt you, stay away. And we immediately jump into our main character who, for some reason, having never met men, just has this like blushing, emotional, I really want to see a man, I really want to know what a man is, the aerial, like what's on the other side of the ocean. So really cute so far. I think it's going to be a fun one. I hope we get more story of the men, because some of the ninja stories about men are all the same line every single time they talk about men. They're big, they're brutish, they're stinky, they have a nutsack that you can kick. Like that's literally a line that's repeated every single time men are brought up. So I hope we get to a point where we actually are introduced to men, we get some conflict with the men, so that we can sort of build character off of that. Maybe there's a misunderstanding and they have that whole, you shouldn't approach the men. We'll kind of see where it goes, and how it evolves, but I'm hopeful. I think it could be. This is one of those like rough start animes. This is one where definitely you want to give it some shows, really actually see how the world fleshes out. Right now we have one character's sort of perspective on things and sort of a glimpse into what the world is like. But I think we're gonna have a really fun world. It'll be exciting here. Another start that we had, Heroines Run the Show. Very interesting title. Actually, let's see what is the Japanese title on this one. Heroine Taromono. I guess that's close. This is country bumpkin girl comes to Tokyo, needs to make money, finds a job, and that job happens to involve an idol group that also happens to be seated in her class. And we're gonna have some kiss him not me vibes where she thinks they're idiots, but we're gonna get some of that tension, I'm sure, moving on through the season, where it's like, well, she gets to see them, blah 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 blah, and we've got a friend group kind of built already from people just saying, hey, which is like a very real way that like that first year in a new school, you just sort of are going up saying, hey, you want to eat together, and then suddenly you've got a friendship growing there. So even though they're very different as far as like the character model and sort of the trope that they're coming from, I think we've got a solid friend group for her, but I can see some cattiness with the rest of the class is going to start growing. Maybe some of the other classes that are coming in and wanting to look at the idol boys. And then of course the idol boys have their dynamic of secretly hating each other, even though they've been paired up and they have to work together. So this should be a fun. Country bumpkin brings real humanity to the stuck up idol boy group. I can definitely see that. This is going to be a good one. We talked a bit about on Host Club when we were joking about Fanfare of Adolescence, but I'm really getting some of those vibes already from the first episode of Heroines Run the Show. So hopefully that continues and we maintain that good girl bringing a fun aesthetic. Lastly, last one that I updated on this last week, Miss Shachiku and the little baby ghost. Adorable. Freaking adorable. I don't know why this baby is a ghost. I don't know why this baby ghost lives in an office. And quite frankly, I don't care. She lives off of stealing people's food because that's offerings. In Japan, it's a very common thing to bring food to a funeral, bring food to an altar, bring food to a grave site and leave the food there. You stick the chopsticks in it, and then the deceased will eat with the chopsticks. That's why when you're in Japan, you never put your chopsticks in your food bowl, because that's how you give food to the deceased, and so the idea is like if you put your chopsticks in there, it's an offering now to the deceased. So we know that ghosts in Japan will eat food. I'm a little surprised that she has feet. They're adorable. The way that she like thump, 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 thump walk, the way they animated her walking around is really adorable. So I'm glad she has feet. But I am surprised that they went with the little triangle headband and then didn't give her the ghostly wisp, because usually that's another typical Japanese ghost sign. We have what is essentially Miss Kobayashi, the overworked at the office and can't get away because her boss keeps giving her all this work, and this ghost who now wants to take care of her and make sure that she is not spending all of her time at work and going home and leaving. And it's adorable, and it is, We've had some chill shows so far that we've talked about. This one is the heart bleach. This one is going to clean your soul. This is going to get you ready for the week ahead. This is the show that you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I am about this. I can make this happen. I got this, and I'm not going to work too hard to make it get done. Make sure you take time for your escapes in life, because otherwise your life is going to be boring and annoying. Very, very excited for this show. Not a priority, I would say, for me to watch any given week, but definitely if I need something that's going to be calming and we can have some fun, that is going to be the one that hits the list. And I think that is going to do it as far as updates for me for this last day of shows that we watched. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Moving on to the next thing I wanna talk about. Let's see if we can find a list so I don't have to do this by ear, but I may have to do this by ear. Let's see. Spring 2022 waifu list. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, yeah. Let's use this. We can use this list, I think. Show more. Okay. Nah, this isn't gonna help us. This isn't gonna help us. All right, let's do this. Let's do this instead. We will do an anime list. Search anime. Spring 2022. Alrighty. I will use this list of just all of the shows, and I will take from it the best girls that I think are going to be coming in for the waifu wars, and we can talk a little bit about what I think their challenges, what their ability is going to be, and if they're going to really take off and be there. Okay. And I'm just gonna sort this by popularity. That'll make it a little bit easier, so we don't end up with alphabetical and it's like, what show is why are we okay? Starting off with this season, Tate no Yusha, Rising of the Shield Hero, gonna bring us Raftalia. She had some really cute scenes in the first season. The idea of her being the sword, the one that fights, the one that goes out and is advancing on things, really gives you that fun, like, protective waifu going on. Plus, she's part animal. You get some of that coming in. Probably going to be on a, top 10, top 20 list. Not going to be fighting for the top, though. Not fighting for the top on anybody's waifu list on this season. Spy X Family, the second episode will be coming out in a couple days, and I can already tell you that the mother is going to be on somebody's waifu list. They may have a new category of waifu, the mom category. There's a couple contenders this season that would be jumping on that list, I can see. But I think she's going to be a really fun character. Plus, she gets to play off of Anya, so we get the adorable daughter. We've got the dad. We already love their relationship. We love how they're working together. How the daughter wants to, make sure that she can stick around in this make believe family, and I can just see that same aesthetic making the relationship and the character building with the mother just that much more fun, that much more enjoyable. So I'm excited to meet that character this week, so that we can sort of confirm that I'm right, and that's going to be a top seven waifu, top 6 waifu. I don't think she's going to make it to the top just because most of that show is going to be focused on that family dynamic as opposed to the look how cute this girl is. And that's sort of that's a pretty big definer, I think, if you look at any sort of like top 10 waifu popularity poll, is the just how outright cute is this character, and how much is the show focusing on the character's cuteness instead of just focusing on like her personality. For example, we've got another season of Kaguya-sama, and Kaguya gets to be on a lot of the waifu lists with the, her character with that aloof, like, I don't want to say I love you. It really leads to that fun, like, tsundere that everybody loves. So, she'll end up being on lists. However, Chika ends up topping the list a lot of the time because she's just drawn a little cuter. She's a little more out there. She's a little more fun. She's a little more happy-go-lucky. And I think that that happy-go-lucky character tends to win the waifu wars a little more often than the straight-up tsundere. I think you've got to really have a solid character to have a tsundere beat the happy-go-lucky fun character. And so coming from Kaguya-sama, I can see Chika fighting there in the top 8 probably. Only because we're talking about a third season. You're not going to have that newness factor. So the new season honeymoon phase of the waifu wars isn't going to really be on her side anymore. So we're probably going to see her in that lower of the top 10. Shikimori. Shikimori is what everybody said would be on the waifu list. Everyone said, oh, this character is the new waifu character. But right out of the gates, first episode, I have seen more of her friend. What is the friend's name? The short blonde-haired one. Yui Hachimitsu. I've seen more of her gifs online than I have of Shikimori, and I think unless the show really focuses in on Shikimori, that Hachimitsu's personality is going to put her into that sort of like, well, now I'm the best girl of the show. So I could easily see that one switching around, and everybody who thought it was going to be Shikimori fighting in the top 5, top 3, and it's actually going to end up being Hachimitsu in the top 7, and Shikimori maybe not even in the top 10, just based on what I've seen so far in that first episode. Second episode coming out later this week. We'll see if they can bring it around, get people more excited about her being in the show. Komi can't communicate. I think Komi, hot take alert, boop, boop, boop. I think Komi being in an anime has ruined her specialness, her uniqueness, her waifu top tier listness. She, is still probably up there. It's a really fun show. It's a really cute show. But sort of like how you can't translate Junji Ito into anime, I don't think you can really translate the cuteness of the Komi-san manga into anime. I think that alone is sort of a detriment to her character. Something people really like is the the bubbly cute, like we're talking about the like we were talking about a little bit earlier, the Chica. People love Chica. You know, some people do like Kaguya, but the Chica fan base sort of is a little bit louder, at least online. And I think that same thing is going to happen to Komi, where, you know, we're into the second season. The coolness of her finally having an anime is kind of wearing off. She's probably going to stay top 10. I don't think she's going to be able to pierce anywhere near the top 5, to be honest. And that I said it here, I said it now, and you heard me say it. Next, we got Aharen-san. Once again, I think she's going to be even lower than Komi, honestly. She's adorable. The way that she acts with what's his friend, Raido, is adorable, but it's adorable. It's cute. It's almost that, like, big brother, little sister, father-daughter relationship. I don't really see it being that fun romantic. Now, we may get there. It may be a little more of that fun romantic cute. We can see their relationship blossom. But in the first episode, I still need to catch up on the second one. It doesn't have that, like, waifu material that I could see here. Maybe that character that we caught at the end of the first episode, and maybe she comes into the second episode. I need to catch up on that. Will sort of step up to, like, waifu material to be in the fight. But I don't see it happening there. Date Alive, if you love Date Alive, that's your waifu, and nothing else I say will matter. You'll pick someone from that show and you'll say this one because it is, and nothing else will matter at that point. So have fun enjoying that show. Tomodachi Game. I just talked about how annoyed I am with that show. If short-haired girl turns into, like, a yandere and we get that murderous streak going, I think she could jump up there as far as people wanting to see her in the waifu wars. Right now, where she has barely any scenes and her character hasn't really been talked about or isn't really in the forefront at all. But we've got those crazy eyes starting. We get those crazy eyes. We get some knife games. We get some, blood. I think we're going to start seeing her character rise up in the polls. Right now, she's maybe knocking on the top 10, down in, like, 11th or 12th for the season. I could see her going yandere, pushing her up into the top 10, not top 5, somewhere in, like, an eighth place, I would say. We'll have to build out a tier list so that I can put one together for next week, and we can sort of keep modifying it as the season progresses. I'm quitting heroing. I haven't seen a lot of GIFs. I haven't seen a lot of memes. I haven't seen a lot of shows. And I think that's the high dive talking. I think a lot of people who aren't sailing the 7 seas haven't really seen it. I don't know how many people have a high dive account. I need to grab one so that I can catch up on it. But I could definitely see that one. It's got some fun character models, but I could see them also being very annoying, stereotypy, tropey, where they don't ever actually get into that top 10. At least for this season. Couple of cuckoos from just the artwork has potential. Again, we'll have to wait. We'll have to see 9 days from now, 10 week and a couple, and we'll know if we have any sort of waifu potential in there. The idea is there. That whole we're talking about people who were promised and past love, new love, current love, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to see where it goes. Again, it hasn't aired yet, so we don't know. But I could see them rocketing into a potential top 3, depending on how well animated that show ends up coming across. Greatest Demon Lord as a typical nobody. I think you're going to suffer on this one. You're going to have the main character being so OP that he runs the show sort of be damaging to any other side characters, where you spend most of the show saying, oh, that side character is doing okay, but when's the main guy gonna come in and just obliterate or do the thing? We saw the same thing happen with Strongest Sage, Weakest Crest, and the only show really that really OP'd with this sort of revival mechanic that still had some solid waifu in it was Misfit from Demon Academy, and that only because the main character actually reacted to the other characters, whereas so far Demon Lord just wants friends, and we'll kind of see how that pushes him into him reacting to the character, because if he reacts to the characters, it adds that extra bit of fun to their character. Because if you watched Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Matthias just did not react to the other characters, and that really was a meh as far as like the other characters having any sort of agency over the show. It was mostly just the how is Matthias gonna fix this. So hopefully Greatest Demon Lord doesn't fall into that. The designs are pretty cute, so I could see them hitting top 10. It's gonna be a lower top 10 though, just because they're in that style of anime, where the OP-ness is really going to the ex Demon Lord. So I don't see them being able to really take over and control that for very long. Skeleton Knight, waiting on second episode so that we can sort of see what comes about as far as the supporting cast goes. They play it right. We could definitely have a repeat of Overlord where we have some fun waifu material there. I could see it top 10, but because we haven't even seen him in the first episode, they're going to be a bit behind on catching up to somebody that we've already been watching this season. Summertime Render hasn't come out yet. We're excited for that. That's this week. Hopefully I can watch that tomorrow. Science Fell in Love, gonna have that second season tint to it, where we already saw most of these characters, the main girl, so is she still going to be fun and enjoyable? I thought her character was pretty boring in the first season, and I don't remember her being really too far up on any list. She's got a lot more fan art coming out this year, so maybe she's gonna take to it, because I think that's your other trick to winning the waifu wars any season, is just getting more fan art of you, more gifs of you. Last season in the winter, Marin definitely took that by storm. You couldn't go on Reddit or Twitter without seeing a gif of her doing something, and that really propelled her to the top of the waifu charts last season. So if you can get someone who's getting on top of all the gifs, all the memes, you're gonna see them definitely take over. Trapped in a Dating Sim, again, I feel like because the game is so weird that you're gonna have trouble convincing me that any of those girls are gonna step up into the limelight. Executioner and Her Way of Life is probably going to be in your top 3, top 4, maybe top 5, mostly because that show is already in the number 1 slot for a weekly poll. So if that show stays in the top for the weekly polls, you're definitely going to see her character get memed more, seen more, shown in more fan art. That's going to definitely propel her up. My pick for number 1 waifu of this season is already going to be Desmi from Love After World Domination. Right off the bat, the good versus evil. I love me some Power Rangers and the Gelato Squad, specifically Red Gelato. They're already Power Rangers. So we've got that dynamic that I love. They've got buddies that they're fighting, essentially. It's hilarious. Monsters and humanoids on the enemy side. The it's just a fun show right off the bat, and then you add in the fact that Decimi has this sort of cute I love you, but we still have to like fight when someone else is around, and we can do all the cute coupley things. Those are going to be the memes that spread, the memes that take over, the memes that you're going to open up Reddit and those are going to flood the front page. You're going to see Twitter. Those are the memes that are going to get retweeted, and the ones that are going to be popping up everywhere is people cutting snips from Love After World Domination. That's definitely going to be the show that takes over this season, and I'm calling it right here. Right here. Decimi is going to be the waifu of the season. You've got the fun costume, the short blonde hair, and that romantic funniness of the show. Though, like, she's already hitting a lot of what people usually pick in the top 10 season lead waifus. I can definitely see that being kind of where this season goes. We'll have to see about Bubble. Bookworm, don't care. Dawn of the Witch, unknown contender coming out of nowhere. The top girl in the class. What do we have here for character name? Holt. She, right out of the box, caring about the main character, being strong and able to hold her own, having a fun outfit. Like, her hat at times makes it look like she's a kind of a puppy. She has like those dog look to her, and that usually ends up getting you pretty high up there. I can see top 8, maybe. She's definitely going to be in the top 10 for the season. I don't see her going much higher. I don't see her in a top 5 competition by any means. That's not a waifu. Don't Hurt Me, My Healer is some people's ironic choice. I'm sure plenty of people are going to pick Carla just because she's haughty and mean and has that attitude. Plus, you're going to get the dark-skinned elf tribe that's going to arise and say, she's a waifu, we pick her, and they're gonna vote for her on everything. So I think you may see Carla in those top 10 lists, but I don't think that's a serious competition in the overall realm of waifus. Heroines Run the Show. I think that show is going to push away a lot of the people that normally vote in the waifu competitions. I think Hiyori is competent, but her character's a little bit annoying. So I don't think she's going to, even if people do watch it, I don't think they're going to vote for her specifically. Maybe her classmate friends. Her classmate friends seem a little more easy to watch than her. However, the show's not about them, so we'll see where it goes from there. RPG Real Estate. If anybody votes for any character in RPG Real Estate on any waifu poll, you've got problems, and you need to seriously log off and go talk to somebody about whatever's wrong with you, because they should not be on a waifu poll ever anywhere. Same with Kunoichi. Log off, go somewhere else. It's okay. You can take some time and then come back to the internet later. We will welcome you when you're ready. Waiting for that one. Healer Girl. Healer Girl. I think the problem with Healer Girl is not enough people are going to watch it that want to vote in a waifu of the season poll. If people actually wanted to watch it who also voted in a poll, maybe you could see the long blonde hair girl. She has some fun character tropes to her. I just don't see her expanding past the few people that do watch that show. Ooh, Birdie Wing. Eve will definitely be up there. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking this show would be much more of a Yuri show where we're watching two people sort of fall in love through competition. But after watching the second episode and seeing how we're getting into this this deep dark underbelly of the golf world, I could definitely see Eve hitting a top 5. Aoi, a little more of that straight-laced, I'm just goody two-shoes. She'll be in the top 10 contender for sure. We will see. Show's just starting. I mean, it could go any way from that right now. Miss Shachiku, not Ko. I don't see her in any sort of competition. Tiger and Bunny. Oh, I should catch up on Tiger and Bunny. Is Miss Pepsi or whatever, is Rose Pepsi or whatever in this still? I don't remember what the character was, but she had a really fun suit. If she's in it, she might. But I don't know that enough people are gonna watch that show to really want to vote and get in on the competition. Shin Ikitosen. Maybe. I don't think enough people care about Ikitosen at this point to watch it and enjoy it. And that sort of wraps up. We're getting into some of the really unpopular shows like Shadowverse Flame and Tongaria Tama no Gonta, Futatsu no Namae wo Ikta Fukushima Hisai Inu no Monogatari. Really popular. The Cran Shin-chans are down here. I think we can call it. Those are my first impressions of what the spring 2022 waifu wars are gonna look like. Again, I think it's pretty early for a lot of them, but I think even this early on, you're going to see Love After World Domination kicking up there. You're going to see Eve kicking up there. You're going to see just a really densely packed midfield. It's going to look like Formula. You're going to have Ferrari way out in front, and that's your Love is Domination. Then you're going to have this really dense midfield of the Eve. You're going to have the Tomodachi Game girl if she can get into that Yandere phase. You're gonna have a lot of those other girls that are sort of just filling out that mid pack. Shikimori is gonna be in that mid pack, and I think Shikimori is gonna be the Red Bull. Everybody's like, yeah, she's gonna win. She's got the championship, but then she ends up like middle of the pack. I think you're gonna see a new category, a mom I wish I had / wife I want, or mother of my child category with the Spy X Family. Shikimori's boyfriend, whatever his name is, his mom is going to be in that category. I think the evil golf underworld kingpin is going to be in that category, as well as Aoi's mom is going to be in that category. I think you're going to see a really strong category for that older female waifu war, and it's going to be like a completely separate set of voting for that when compared to like your typical like, who's the waifu of the spring 2022 anime, vote on this poll, here it is, it's a new list, I'm excited for that. Everybody wants to know who's gonna be next. But those are my thoughts and opinions on that. Feel free to disagree, comment down below, tell me what you think, let me know. I'll read it. I'll let you know what I think. I'll let you know if I think you're an idiot, if I think you've got some good points, or if you're just who cares? Who cares? We'll have fun. We will have fun with it. What else are we doing tonight? Let's see. I had some other articles about Makoto Shinkai's work has a trailer, but I'm hesitant to play a trailer because every time I play any kind of audio or video that isn't mine, YouTube says, no, you got to pull that down, and then I dispute it, and then after the dispute goes through, they come back with, no, we disagree. We're going to keep it so that people can't watch it. Really exciting. I am stoked. This is going to be a fun season. I enjoy anime, and I think more importantly than enjoying anime, I enjoy enjoying anime with friends and people. This week, however, is the SakuraCon, and I will be. Wait, is it this week? Hold on, I may be a dum-dum. Let me check first. Let me make sure. Friday the 15th. Okay, yes. So this weekend is SakuraCon. So I will probably not be streaming on Thursday or Friday because I will be picking up my badge and having some dinner with friends on Thursday. And then I will likely be at the convention on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you are out there and you see me, feel free to say hi. It would be fun to meet some people in the area. Don't fly out here just for me. Wink. But I'm stoked. It's been a long time since I've been to a real convention where we could walk around, and we're gonna. It's a mask-on convention, so it's a bit of a not quite pre-COVID feeling, but at least we can get out. We can sort of mingle with other people that are building that community that enjoy the same thing we do. And I think that's important. I think there needs to be a convention in every county. Even if it's a few hundred people, and you get some of those smaller conventions that are, $20 at the door, and there's only like 10 or 15 tables of people selling stuff, and maybe five people there signing autographs or industry people that are there. I think it's important to get those small community conventions going so that people can meet physically and chat with the people that they enjoy shows with. I love the online banter, the online chat. I've been in chat rooms before. I of course I'm building this so that we can have a place that we can talk about the shows that we're enjoying or not enjoying, and sort of really make sure that we're enjoying whatever it is, and not sort of retreating into our own self as we watch it, but also sharing it and building a culture and a community and a family around the things that we enjoy. And I think there's no better way to do that than to go to what is essentially a giant party full of people who also enjoy that thing. So look around wherever you are, see if there's a convention you can get to. If we're having conventions here in the Seattle area, then you're probably having conventions everywhere in America except maybe LA and, well, I think no, Annie Expo's out. So yeah, if LA and Seattle are holding conventions, everybody's having conventions. So get out there, check it out, enjoy it. Meet some people. Feel free to say hi. You see somebody dressed up in a cosplay that you like or a shirt that you like, go say hello to them and say, hey, I really like that show too. Good to meet you. Let the conversation end and walk away. If conversation continues, it continues. But meet some people, have some friends, touch grass, as they say, which is a stupid phrase because there's not much grass to touch when you're in a convention. But that idea of like get out there and chat with some people and make friends around your hobby is important. Definitely do it. Go out and see it. That's where I'll be this weekend. So Thursday, Friday this week, I will not be streaming. Well, I guess that's tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow and Friday, I'm not going to be streaming this week, and I will catch up on Monday, likely with a convention overhaul. I'll try to release a couple short videos from this weekend if I can find some time to pull away. Maybe I'll go live just for a few minutes, or just release some, here's what I'm doing at the con. So looking forward to it this weekend. I'm going to go get ready for that. Had a wonderful time tonight talking about what I think about some of the second episodes this season, some of the first episodes that I've caught up on, and then sort of doing my best. What is not Nosferatu, Nostradamus for who's going to be in the competition this season for Waifu of the Season. You have a wonderful rest of your night. Kanpai.